Previously on Survivor. Michael was victorious in the pole balance challenge and won the coveted immunity mask. At Tribal Council, Katie 2 became the next tribe member sent home. Who will be voted off next?
And then there were 5. First things first, Michael. What's up?
Don't cry, don't cry.
Lights again. The immunity mask is up for grabs.
Didn't go good.
For this next challenge, it is a memory test. I will read you a short dissertation, and then you will be given true, false, or multiple choice questions.
No, Riley.
After each question is asked, you will rotate the box for either answer 1, 2, 3, or 4, or yes, why, no, and. The last person to answer all the questions correctly wins immunity. Any questions?
How do you work the box again? Is that how we're
Just
using it to
move
answer?
the box around until the number or the letter that you want to show
That's your answer.
sticks out.
Okay.
Faces
That's
forward.
our answer. So if we're
There you
answering
go.
2, done.
That's correct. Take your spots, and we'll begin. If you will remember, Norman Clayton and his small fleet of 3 ships left Ritz after spending 16 days on the island. The fleet spent another 115 days at sea before returning home to Tidiute. What has not been known previously is that Norman returned several years later, sailing on his flagship, the Dorothea, with 20 of his most trusted crew members. Upon returning to the island, Norman set up camp on the shore and started to accurately map the island. He determined that it was 6 miles long and 2 miles wide. And he also found that it had not changed much and still appeared uninhabited. There was no sign of the Matawa tribespeople they had encountered on their previous visit. Wild pigs still roamed the island. Kava trees were in abundance, along with coconut and fruit trees. Norman and his crewmen treated themselves to days of leisure and relaxation. On the 6th night, while standing in the light of the campfire, Norman noticed movement at the edge of his camp. While intently staring into the darkness, he was surprised to see a lone man walk out of the bushes. This man was dressed in tattered sailor's clothing and some animal skins. He approached Norman and spoke to him in English. "Who are you?" the man inquired. Norman replied, "I am Norman Clayton, a sailor. We are resting from our long voyage. Who are you?" "I am a sailor also," the man replied. "My name is Roland Ritzman. I have been shipwrecked on this island for 2 years, in which I have come to call Ritz Isle." Norman could not believe that this stranger had chosen the same name for the island that he had decided on 5 years previous. After hours of talk, it was found that Roland had fallen overboard from his sailing vessel during the night watch, and the ship had simply sailed on without him. The next day, he was luckily washed up on the shore and proceeded to spend the next 2 years of his life surviving on what he had named Ritz Isle. He had built a camp in a hidden cave at the top of the island and decided to make contact after observing Norman's crew for the last 6 days. He had seen the Mattawa tribesmen a year ago, but had kept himself hidden as he did not know if they were peaceful or not. No other ships or people had been seen. Without tools, Rollins had not been able to make any kind of boat or raft. Norman gladly agreed to take Rollins with him on his return home. Both men married upon returning home and kept in close contact. Later in life, Rollins' oldest son, Tony, married Norman's oldest daughter, Cynthia. And the rest, as they say, is history. Pick up your boxes. Question number 1. How many days did the Clayton fleet remain at sea on the first voyage? A, 2, B, 100, C, 115, or D, 365 days? The answer is C, which would be number 3, 115. You are all correct. Next question. What is the name of Norman's flagship? 1, the Nina. 2, the Pinta. C, the Santa Maria. Or 4, the Dorothea. The correct answer is 4, the Dorothea. You all have it right. Question number 3. How many crew members did Norman take with him on his second voyage? 1, 20, 2, 30, 3, 40, or 4, 50? The answer is number 1, 20. You are all correct. Next question. How long is Ritz Island? 1, 2 miles, B, 4 miles, 3, 6 miles, or 4, 8 miles? The answer is 3, 6 miles. You are all correct. Next question. How long had Rollin Ritzman been shipwrecked? 1, 1 year, 2, 2 years, 3, 3 years, 4, 4 years. The answer is 2, 2 years. You are all correct. Next question. How many days did Rollin watch Norman's group before making contact? 1, 2 days, 2, 4 days, 3, 6 days, 4, 8 days. The answer is 3, 6 days. Billy, you are incorrect. We are down to 4. True or false? Rollin met several local tribes but was never to be able to communicate with them. The answer is false. Michael is out.
That was a trick question. He didn't want to.
Question. What local tribe had Rollin seen on the island? A, the Mattawis, or 1. 2, the Katavi. 3, the Patui, or 4, the Patanga? The answer is 1, the Metalis. You are all correct. Roland had fallen off what kind of a boat? 1, a cruise ship. 2, a catamaran. 3, a sailing vessel. 4, a cabin cruiser. The answer is 3, a sailing vessel. You are all correct. True or false? Roland decided to stay on Ritz Isle when Norman was ready to depart. The answer is false. You are all correct. True or false? Roland and Norman never saw each other again. The answer is false. You are all correct. When Norman and his crew first discovered Ritz Isle, how many days did they spend on the island? 1, 10, 2, 16, 3, 30, 4, 35. The answer is 2, 16. You are all correct. Question. How many years prior did Norman first discover Ritz Isle? 1, 2, 2, 3 years, 3, 5 years, 4, 7 years. The answer is 3, 5 years. Northwest Rob is out.
Good, guys. Go, girl!
Question. What kind of wild animal roamed Ritz Isle? 1, a wild dog. 2, feral cats. 3, wild pigs. 4, wild horses. The answer is 3, wild pigs. Question. Besides kava trees, what other fruit trees were in abundance? 1, bananas. 2, coconuts. 3, figs. 4, jujubes. The answer is 2, coconuts. Risa wins immunity.
Nice.
Here's the immunity mask. You are safe at Tribal Council.